Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glorification to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashima Mashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai. And it reads, and this is from inside the paper. Got this picture from a brother in the camp. And, of course, I got to be very choicey with my words. Because the so-called white man, this devil, is pushing out this poison. And the prophecies are speaking in the last times, as it states in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 15. So it reads, YouTube will terminate the channels of what is called, of what it calls prominent poison misinformation spreaders, including the channel of the Robert F. Kennedy Jr. affiliated Children's Health Defense Fund and channels belonging to Joseph Mercola, Aaron Elizabeth, and Sherry Tenpenny. Right, so these devils are making strong attempts to push out this poison. They even went as far as to say, if you don't have this poison, you're not going to be able to feed your family. So we living in these times, Israel, and this is exhortation for all of us, I myself, because it's time to get our spirit together. Whatever spirits and demons that we battle with, we got to cast these things off, and we got to seek the Lord's face in these last days. Because the times are beginning to wax old, worse, tribulous, perilous. All hell is about to break loose on this earth. All hell is breaking loose. And we've been telling our people time and time that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. His ways are perverse. He's froward within his nature. But ultimately, who is doing this on a higher scale? It's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashima Yahweh Shai. And he's doing this to chastise the people of this earth, and to rebuke the wicked, and to purge out the ungodly men of the earth. And again, this will behoove you Israelites to come back to the Lord in these last days. It's no secret that we're living in the end times. Let's get 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 15. It's not going to be a long video. Just wanted to grab a few precepts. 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 15. And therefore, when it speaketh, be not afraid, for the world is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. All right. So the foundations of the earth is understood, meaning the prophecies are being made manifest in these last days. We're understanding the visions. We're understanding the breakdowns. Knowledge is being increased, as it states in Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4 and Luke chapter 8 verse 17. The Most High is making manifest all the prophecies of the scriptures. Let's get Job chapter 5 and verse 12. And what's one of the prophecies of the scriptures? Job chapter 5 verse 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty. Who are the crafty? The so-called white man, the nation of Esau, all their wicked inventions, to keep the earth under 500 million within population. So they have depopulation methods and tactics that they're going to enforce on the earth to purge out and slay hundreds of millions of people, mainly you Israelites. The so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native Americans, they want us exterminated off the earth. And they figure putting guns in our community, that's not working fast enough. Putting crack cocaine in our communities and different drugs, that's not working fast enough. Locking up so-called black and Hispanic men for the rest of their life, that's not working fast enough. Putting Planned Parenthoods within their communities, that's not working fast enough. Kidnapping them and killing them all for their organs, that's not working fast enough. So now what they doing? They pushing out the poison. Just as they did in 1932 during the Tuskegee experiment. in which they injected hundreds of so-called black men with syphilis. So it reads, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's the enterprise of the so-called white man? The NWO, the New World Order. A one world government ruled by the spiritual demon Satan. But the Lord is going to disappoint those devices by way of sending his son back to destroy and tear down the so-called white man, his power structure, his infrastructure, and everything associated with him. Let's get Job chapter 13, verse 4. So they really pushing this thing, man. They pushing this thing heavy. Job 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. What is a physician? A modern day physician is what you call a doctor. So you got doctors of no value out here. They're terminating people from their jobs. They're putting people in categories, calling us the unpoisoned. You know, we got to speak politically correct when we dealing with these different topics for the sake of wisdom, as it states in Matthew 10 and 16. You got to start spelling stuff out now, man. Right? Hey, man, but the point is, this is what's going on, Israel. So pay attention to these things. Watch the prophecies in these last days and just stay vigilant and circumspect. Whatever spirits and demons that you're dealing with, seek the Lord's face and with all your spirit and all your might, cast off these different spirits that's on you, man. And try to go 10 times harder for the Most High. And really pray, fast, and seek the Lord's face. So with that, all praise to Yahweh Shemi Awasham, and say Shalom.